Deliver us not into the bitter pains of eternal death. Thou knowest, Lord, the secrets of our hearts. Through our Lord Jesus Christ. The Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away, Mrs. Rowan.
Well, he's taken away a bit too much this time, if you ask me. I'll get myself some ham. You must be our adventurous.
Langton.
Sergeant Langton? Never. I mean, you're quite nice looking. Nothing at all like Nick says in his letters. I'm his mother, by the way. Ruby Rowan. Get that down, you lovey. Come on, you haven't had a thing yet. Now then, I want a serious little chat about the baby. It has to be decided. You won't be able to cope, not on your own. And Kate only had Auntie Eileen, so it's down to us, isn't it? I could take her back to London with me. So what'd you say? Eileen, I've offered to have the baby. Well, it's the only solution, isn't it?
It's a solution, yes. I'm not sure it's the only one.
Which is an art given but to a few.
She's staying here with me.
And I should hope so too. Some sort of little problem, is there?
No, nothing we can't handle. Not now you're in. Nice to see you, Mum. Good journey.
Oh, I could murder a cup of tea. There she is, sweet as a rose. Oh, puppy, tutty, putty. That's more like it. I've washed up in better than you get at King's Cross these days. Putty, hello. Oh, you're so pretty.
I can't tell you how pleased I was to see you walk through that door, Mum.
Well, just as long as you realise the arrangement's strictly temporary.
Well, how long can you stay?
Couple of weeks, I expect. I mean, after all, I've got a living to earn. Besides, I've already devoted the best years of my life to bringing you up. So there's no way I'm going in for an action replay, especially up here.
You might get to like it.
Empty fields, Nick, are best seen through railway carriage windows. Of course, if you was to move back to London, well, things would be different, wouldn't they? Think of the advantages, though, love. I mean, for starters, there'd be plenty of family happy to help out. Why you ever came up here in the first place, I'll never know.
Mum, Kate and I were happy here.
Yeah, well, that was before. But it's not just yourself you've got to think about now, is it, love?
How are you, Mrs. Rowan?
Oh, overworked, underpaid.
You as well, eh?
So you, Nick, have until exactly 7 o'clock to get your glad rags on.
Why, what's happening at 7 o'clock?
Coming out with me enough?
I don't think so.
You call for him, all right? He'll be ready.
No, I won't, Mum.
So force yourself, because sooner or later you're going to have to, aren't you?
Mum.
Could you just excuse us for a minute?
Yeah, sure.
Nicky. You're not the first to lose your other half, you know. When I got the news your dad's ship had gone down, I just kept hoping he'd come back. That he'd walk in one day and say, "Get up them stairs, Ruby." Then, when it finally got through to me that he wouldn't come back, just went zombie. Till my mates come round and said, "Come on then, Rube. You're coming out with us." Because you don't really believe this is what he would have wanted. Sitting here, moping your life away. And they were right, weren't they? Because life goes on, Nicky. Doesn't it?
Does it?
It has to. So, are you going to get up them stairs and wash your face Or do I have to wash it for you?
7 o'clock, right?
Right.
Thanks, Phil.
Just following orders.
Whose orders?
Last thing that Kate said to me.
You'd be able to manage on your own?
What would I know about babies, eh? Sheltered life I've led.
Here you go, Mum.
Bye, Nicky. Shall I take you for a bit?
That's all right, Mum. I wasn't sleepy anyway. Hello, Mum.
Hello.
Is Katie all right?
Of course she is. Give over worrying about her. She's a healthy kid.
Oh, it's a nice smell. What's cooking?
Not a lot for you, dearie. Got a friend dropping by for a bite to eat.
I thought you didn't like the people around here.
Oh, you know me. I can make friends with anybody, given half a chance. Go on, get yourself out. Go to the pub or something. Well, I could tell you were a good sort soon as I saw you. Nick says the same. Says you've got a kind heart underneath.
Well, he's very lucky to have you here. Seeing to the baby for him. How's Mr. Rowan managing without you?
Oh, you mean Nick's dad? I lost him in the war. Merchant Navy. Nick can barely remember his dad.
You brought him up on your own then, did you?
Well, there was always plenty of family about, and I never went short of offers. But while Nick was a young lad, I always said no.
Well, what?
Sergeant hasn't come here to give you orders. He's come here to have a bite to eat. With me. Off you go now.
It's not the three of us then?
Oh, no.
Well, I'll be off then.
Make yourself comfortable, Sergeant. I'll be dishing it out in about 5 minutes. I like a chap who can eat. Sign he's got a good appetite.
You didn't tell Nick I was coming here for a meal then?
Oh, no. He has his friends, I have mine. Mind you, when he was a kiddie, he could be ever so jealous of his mummy. Oh, he could be a little tinker. I remember one time I brought a friend home. Don't be shy, I said to him. Uncle Herbert won't bite you. And then Nick went and bit Uncle Herbert. For a northerner, you know, he's not such a bad old stick as Oscar.
Oscar, eh?
You should be grateful. If I'm nice to him, he'll be nice to you.
Mum, the police force doesn't work that way.
Don't kid yourself. Everything works that way. What about that sweet shop man during the war? You were the only kid in the street had anansi balls. Well, we can't just sit here all night, doing nothing.
Oh, aye. Yes. You'll be wanting to get to bed. I've enjoyed tonight.
Oh, there's a lovely moon tonight, Oscar.
I can't see it myself.
What? Is something wrong with your eyesight?
Oh, no, I can see the moon.
Oh, dear. Oh, I think I've got something in my eye. Would you have a look?
Well, I'll not be able to see it out here. You best get under a light in the house.
If it was down to him, they wouldn't get on the moon. That's a fact. Your friend, Oscar. In fact, if it was down to him, the human race would have died out long since. You got to admit, there's not a lot of action in the country. Compared to London, it's a slow.
It's good for you, Mum.
And as for the men, you'd not employ them to carry hot dinners. By the way, your Uncle Ted was asking about you.
Uncle Ted?
Ted Bennett.
The bookie?
He said to me, so, Nick's still up there in the back of beyond. Smart lad like him, it's a criminal waste.
Yeah, well, he's a good judge of what's criminal.
That's not nice. Anyway, got not guilty, didn't he? He was quite upset, you know, when you went in the police.
I'm not surprised.
When you were little, he used to give you bets to work out. You had a real sharp brain, he used to say. And now look at you, stuck out here, where it's all fields and ferrets. You know, in London there'd be more people to help you look after Katie. All your aunties. But if you stay here, what'll you end up as, eh? Sergeant, maybe, when you're 40. If you were back in the Met, at least you'd have a career. Bet Oscar Blaketon would help you get a transfer.
Oh, no, he wouldn't.
He would if I ask him nicely.
Mum, leave off. I run my life my own way.
Oh, and you'll run Katie's too, will you? Well, she won't thank you for it when she's a teenager.
This is a good place for her to grow up. I've told you we like it here.
Ah, but do they like you? I've heard them talking about incomers. That's what you'll always be.
Do you know something? I can really talk to you, Ruby. And that's important, is that? I appreciate it.
Yes, it is important being able to talk to each other as well.
How do you mean, as well?
I mean, there's more to life than just talking. Sometimes you want action.
Well, we get our fair share of that in the police force.
You get yourself on that train, girl. He'd be glad to see you. So will I, come to that. Goodness knows what they did up here before telly was invented. OK, dear. I'll see you later. That was Kate's Aunt Eileen. She's coming to visit.
Well, it's fine by me.
That's what I told her. The more the merrier, I said. She was talking about next week, but I said there's no time like the present. So, she'll be here this evening. You'll be sleeping on the camp bed.
I don't mind.
Well, you should mind. Oh, Nicky, I wish I could persuade you to come back home with me.
I can still feel Kate. House is full of her. How's Nick coping?
Bottling it all up, keeping it all in here. But that's what they do up here. See all, hear all, and say nout.
Well, everyone deals with loss the best way they can.
Well, it's not my way. Did you have a good journey?
Fine, thanks.
I'm going back to London.
How long have you been planning this?
I haven't. Only came into me head when Eileen phoned up and said she'd like to come and visit.
You're not going on account of me, I hope.
No, I'm going on account of me. I can't stay here forever, Nicky, looking after you and Katie. And now you've got Eileen. I've got to sort my own life out yet. Do you understand?
I thought you liked it up here.
Well, it's a good place to be, if you've got somebody. But there isn't anybody here for me. And it's the same for Nicky now, only you can't see it.
I've got Katie.
That's not what I meant, Nicky, and you know it.
We love having you here, Mum.
And I love being with you. But I have to be more than your mum and Katie's grandma. I'm not past it yet, you know. So I'm going back to London. And if you won't see sense and come with me, well, Eileen's here now. So you'll be all right.
I can't ask Eileen.
I'll gladly stay for a while.
See? Well, you best give me the return half of your train ticket then, hadn't you? No good letting it get wasted. Oh, here's my taxi. You know where I am, Nicky. There's always room for you and Katie.
And thanks for bailing us out.
And you can tell that old plank Oscar Blaketon to order a post-mortem on himself, because he's dead from the neck down.
Ruby!
Hello, Eileen.
Nick didn't say you were...
Because he didn't know. Surprise, surprise.
Mum,
No need to look so overjoyed. Well, don't I get a kiss? She's grown so much, hasn't she?
Where's Eileen?
Out shopping. And who's this?
Errol.
What you done?
It's nothing.
Say hello, Katie.
Anyone left in London, is there?
So how long's your friend Errol staying then?
Didn't put him away, did you?
No, he got off.
What happened?
He got off with probation. Right, Mum, should we get you settled in at the pub?
She ain't had a bath yet. Have you, sweetheart? Hey.
Do you know how long you'll be staying?
Not exactly, not at the moment.
Shall we sit down then, Mum? Yeah. It's really good to see you, Mum.
Well, I had some holiday coming and I thought, fresh air, you and Katie.
Everything is all right, though?
Look, Nick, if you don't want me here... Anyway, I thought I'd like to meet this young lady you keep talking about. I was really looking forward to meeting her. I mean, what's gone wrong?
Well, it's none of my business, really.
Oh, come on, Eileen. You must know something. I mean, what's this Jo like?
She's very nice. And Nick seemed very happy with her.
Seemed.
Ruby.
Which means at the moment they're not seeing each other.
Yes, but it might not be permanent.
Yeah, well, I spent the best years of my life on my own, and I know what's in store for Nick if he doesn't find someone. So, Errol's a suspect, is he?
Well, Clayton seems to think so.
And you don't?
Right, he's not violent, Mum.
So what are you going to do?
I'll have a talk with him.
Nick, I know you're not keen to discuss it, but what happened between you and this Jo?
Oh, not now, Mum.
Well, I wish you'd talk to me about it.
Yeah, we're just not seeing each other anymore, that's all.
Well, if she's not the right person for you, then fine. But are you sure?
I still think about Kate a lot.
Yeah, but Kate wanted you to find someone else.
Yeah, I know, but I still feel guilty.
Well, you're bound to. But, I mean, you can't live in the past. You need to find someone to share your life with, Nicky.
Well, anyway, what about you?
What?
Well, you still haven't told me what you're doing here.
Yes, I have. I've come up here to see you and Katie.
Well, I don't believe you. You sure there's nothing wrong?
Well, everything's fine, apart from your nagging.
Mum!
Oh, Nick, haven't you got any work to do?
Won't be long before you're ready to come here, will it, darling? Hello, Katie.
You two know each other?
Yes, I'm Joanna Weston.
Oh, Ruby Rowan, Nick's mother. He's mentioned you quite a bit. So this is where you keep the local youngsters in order, is it?
Are you in Aidensfield for long?
Oh, just a visit. I'm staying at the pub. Here, why don't you pop in and I'll buy you a drink? How about tomorrow? Well, you'll be coming to the cricket, won't you?
I gather it's compulsory around here.
You bet.
Tomorrow would be a great help. What with me umpiring and Gina doing refreshments.
Well, it's been a while since I pulled pints, but I'm sure it'll all come back.
Also, I'm hoping to go on a fishing trip for a few days next week. If you were staying around.
Oh, careful. You may never get rid of me.
Hello, Mum.
Hello, love.
George?
Nick, have you got a minute?
Yeah?
So tell me about yourself, Jo. You've been teaching long?
3 years.
And how'd you find it up here in the sticks?
Well, I was born in this part of the world. I like the village school atmosphere. You can get closer to the children and the parents.
Which means the parents feel freer to come to you and fret about their offsprings, no doubt.
Is that why you wanted to meet me?
I know. I shouldn't be sticking my nose into what's personal between you and Nick. But you never stop being a mum. And I worry about him.
He seems to find it easier to bury himself in his work than show his emotions.
He's always been a bit like that. Boys, eh? Have you talked to him about it?
I've tried.
Then maybe you should try again.
I have feelings too, you know.
Then you should make that clear to him. I know he ought to understand, but... Oh, dear, duty calls. Think about it. Nick, come with me.
Mum, what are you doing working here?
Now, sit yourselves down here. Come on. And I don't want to see either of you again until you've had a good heart-to-heart. Yes?
Jean's expecting another baby.
Congratulations.
Oh, it's lovely.
Are you stopping?
Sorry, love, I've got to do the refreshments.
Well, I'll see you in the pub after the match.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, I mean for a proper chat.
fine, Nicky. Whatever proper chat is, we'll have one.
Well, no sliding off and no avoiding the issue.
Eh?
I know something's wrong.
No.
Yes, because every time I try and talk to you, you change the subject.
Look, I've got to go. I can't leave Gina.
Well, I'll see you in the pub then.
I thought you had to go and see Joe.
Hey, Nicholas, do you want me to show you how to play this game or not?
Mum.
Oh.
9 in each team, plus wives and kids, and Mr. Dead from the waist down Langton. So if we do... What are you looking for?
Butter knife.
Left-hand side, I had a bit of a change round. So if we do 5 loaves, we've got those pies, haven't we? Some salad. I'll do that, dear. I'll probably be quicker. Take that lot through to the bar, will you, dear? Don't forget the parsley. And then come back and put the biscuits out, dear, OK? Bar-in-law, where I put the cloth.
Anything you say, Ruby.
Sorry, love.
I said, I wonder when my Uncle George will be back.
There, not bad. Now let's hope they win. Clean one, is it?
Yes.
Give me the other end. Blimey, Gina, what the hell do you think you're playing at?
What?
It's to keep the flies off, not soak the flipping sarnies. Dear, oh dear. Damp, I said, not dripping wet. God, blimey, the things your mother never taught you.
So how long do you think you'll be staying then, Ruby? In Aidensfield, I mean.
Well, for as long as it takes, I suppose.
For what?
For me to think a few things over. And don't ask me what, because I'm not going to tell you. I might decide to stay permanent.
Keep them coming.
Anything for you, darling? Oh, I like a winner. Makes a man ever so sexy, I always think. Cheers.
Patience.
Here we are, lads.
You'll all agree surpassed himself.
OK, if you must know, it's a bloke.
A bloke?
A bloke, yes. Blimey, Nick, I'm not that old. Don't laugh, his name's Ferdinand. I've been seeing him for 6 months. I mean, what else is there to say?
You tell me.
He wants to move into the flat.
Does he?
Yes. And that's a big step for a little old widow lady, which is why I came away, to think it over. And now I've told you, can I go, please?
Mum.
Look, I really do like him and that, but he's, you know...
I don't know, Mum, not unless you tell me.
Well, he can be possessive. He's got a bit of a temper. Apart from that, he's lovely. Sometimes he sort of flares up. He forgets himself.
What, he hits you? Mum.
Not all the time. Only when he's had a drop too much.
And you're thinking about living with him?
I'm lonely, Nick. And I'm not getting any younger. It could be my last chance of happiness.
Happiness? You got to get rid of him, Mum. You don't need someone like that in your life.
I suppose not, but I'm...
Do you want me to speak to him?
No! Look, I can do my own dirty work, thank you very much.
You should have had it last week then, shouldn't you, mate? Come on, Langton. He's not a memory.
Oh, Gina. Why don't you go? Excuse me, but in case you hadn't noticed, I'm knee-deep in suds here.
Yeah, and I'm putting plates away.
I'll go. Too many people in this kitchen anyway.
Well, it's not my fault if people keep moving things around and putting things in ridiculous places.
I beg your pardon.
I'm just sick of being bossed around.
Well, I should go and help George, dear. I can finish off.
Good.
You've got to dial 999.
What's happened?
It's gone down bank. You've got to get an ambulance. The Hollandsby coach has crashed.
You got everything, George?
Well, I hope so.
Thanks for coming about Katie.
Well, Nick insisted. He knew how worried you'd be.
He's a good son, Joe, he really is. Come on then, let's get up there, shall we?
You'll be able to go and see her in the hospital, David. Look, I'm sure everything will be fine. Right, darling.
Can I help, Ruby?
Yeah, you can help me do these teas.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
What for?
In the pub, you know.
Oh, go on. Expect I was being a pain as usual, eh? Good luck, Donald. You behave yourself with those pretty nurses, eh?
Bed, that's what you need. A good night's sleep. And you, young David? What now?
Is everything all right?
Yes, Mum.
What about Nick's little girl?
She's fine.
Look, we're shattered. Perhaps you could just run me home, okay?
I'm Nick's mum, by the way.
Come here.
Bye-bye, Joe. Keep your eye on that boy of mine for me, yeah?
So, Mum, what are you going to do when you get back to London?
Give Ferdinand the boot.
Yeah, and ring me to tell me you've done it. Thanks, buddy.
Blimey, you don't trust me one little bit, do you?
I don't want your maid unhappy, that's all, Mum. A man like that ain't worth bothering with.
Taking advice from my own son, Bernie, about me love life. I ask you. It must be old age. Bye-bye, darling.
Yeah, ta-da, Mum.
Thanks for a lovely time. Bye.
It's far too late. Can't we do it in the morning?
No!
Oh. This is not a good idea. Grandad!
Eels?
Straight up from London.
Oh, no.
Well, I bought them up special.
I'm sorry, I'm afraid you'll have to take them away.
Come on, Grandad.
It ain't a proper wedding without them.
Grandad! Sorry. I told him not to bring them, but he would insist. Bacon sarnie, Nick!
Mr. and Mrs. N. Rowan. Oh, that's lovely, that is. I was worried about you. Thought you were going to be sad and lonely for the rest of your life.
Just because I found Joe doesn't mean I've forgotten the past.
Of course not. She's right there in little Katie. Always will be.
And in me, Mum. I don't feel it's disloyal to love someone else.
Of course it isn't. You're doing absolutely the right thing, and I'm thrilled to bits. Oi, what do you think you're doing?
I'm just taking this out of Nick's car.
Oh, no, you're not. You're going to sit in this chair and stay out of the way. You can laugh. You should have seen her ladyship's face when he gave her his jelly deals.
Who?
One of her lot. He called her a snooty cow.
Sounds like our Auntie Alison, the Duchess.
My razor's gone, Rube. And my shirt.
I'll be up in a minute. The wedding's not till 2 o'clock. Why don't you go out for a bit while I get them all ready? Then you can have the place to yourself.
I'll go and fill the car up.
All right! Oh, and Nick, don't come back for at least an hour. All right? Gloria, Maureen's. Oh, I'll do yours, Grandad. You'll only hurt yourself. Hello. Here comes a good old best man. Maureen, give him his carnation. And that last one there's for Nick.
Where is he?
Well, she sent him off out of it.
Told him to go for a spin, clear his head, without you lot bawling and screaming at him. Ain't he back yet, Brian?
Dunno, ain't seen.
Right. We all ready? Come on, everybody. We're off down the pub. Get out of your way, darling. Here, Gloria. You'll never walk in them shoes. See you at the altar, Phil. Oh, and I want that boy of mine looking $1 million.
Hold on. Here you go, Rube.
Is it all right?
Oh, say, Barman.
Hello again. Hello. We met last night, remember? Yeah. I just found out who you are. Joe's mum's sister. And now Joe's a Rowan. We're all one big happy family. Westons and Rowans.
Rube, that's the old cow and I go about me and my heels.
Shh, Granddad.
This congregation hold from this day forward to have and to hold by giving and receiving of a ring and by joining the briding group, please. Yeah. Yes, ma'am, bridesmaid. Over here.
Welcome to the family, darling.
Well done, Sunday. Lovely food.
That's it. You ready?
Oscar!
Excuse me. Oh, Oscar. Oh, darling, how are you?
Thank you very much.
It's nice to see you.
When Nick first asked me to be his best man, he said, and Nick said, it's rhubarb wine. All I really want to say is, well, I've known Nick ever since he first came to Yorkshire. Been through some times together. Good, bad and indifferent.
Almost.
Well, we could see they were made for each other. What could be better? What's going on?
And Dad, stop showing us up! Listen, if you don't stop this, I shall ring the police.
I am the police. You two leave now.
Come on. Time, Nick. You don't want to be late all over again. Come on.
Late for what? Come on, Phil. You...